Of course, as soon as I start recording, I get an email from the ex-boyfriend. See what he's saying. Nothing important. I am on day 6 of having my 6th migraine. I've had a migraine every day. It seems to appear in the evenings. Usually goes away after sleep, although Friday night's migraine lasted until late this morning. This is Saturday night. And so I think I made it 3 hours without a migraine, and now I'm starting to get one again. So rather than trying to clean or meal prep or anything like that, important stuff, we are going to go ahead and just do a reaction instead. We've got Game of Thrones, so we are going to start season 6. Season 6. I'm actually getting this a week earlier than I expected. I was actually expecting to get This is Spinal Tap, which I was going to react to, but apparently they didn't have it in stock by the time it came up in the queue. So they went ahead and sent season 6, episode 1. So that's what we're going to watch and go from there. I'm also cycling through being really hot in the face, especially right here. So if you see that part of my face getting red, I don't know if it's migraine related, if it's hot flash related, or just something else instead. I had been getting this side of my face would get beet red. Like if you've ever seen somebody with high blood pressure get beet red, like that shade of beet red. I had nurses afraid I was stroking out, and they would take my blood pressure, which was normal. They'd take my temperature, which was normal. This was when I worked at the hospital. And so they were all freaking out because that's how red my face was. And I could feel it was hot. They could feel it was hot, but there was no fever, nothing. So we kind of ruled everything out and was just blaming it on, hi, well, come on. Just kind of blaming it on it being a sensory migraine or something. Except now that I'm officially in premenopause, I don't know if maybe it's just been that's how my hot flashes work, and that's one of the types of hot flashes I get. So the weirdness that is me continues. But at any rate, I'm not going to do a lot of moving around, so we're going to watch some Game of Thrones and kind of go from there. The main thing I remember, it's only been about 2 weeks. The main thing I remember is that Daenerys is by herself because she took off on the dragon and the dragon wouldn't take her back home. He just wanted to sit there and eat. So she started to walk home. And I think it's the Dothraki that have surrounded her. That's what I'm assuming. That's the only type of tribe like what we saw surrounding her that we've seen before. So if it's not Dothraki, I don't know who they are, and don't know if they're going to be friendly to her because they kind of disowned her when Drago died and her baby died. So we'll have to see. In the meantime, Joran, am I saying that right? I think it's Joran and Dario, the one I call Fabio, they are working together. And Tyrion and sorry, not sorry, are kind of holding down the fort. Ari is learning the ways of the God of Many Faces. I think that's the title of their god. And she actually failed on her mission that she had because she went on her own mission and didn't follow the mission she was supposed to have, if I remember how that ended correctly. Oh, and he actually killed himself for her. Am I remembering that correctly? Something like that. So I imagine that story is going to start snowballing, hopefully, a little bit. Hopefully, it moves a little faster. It's that's been one of the slow stories, but it's been a story I've been interested in. Unlike Theon, who I have not been interested in. However, the last time we saw him, he was jumping with Sansa into the snowbank. I'm assuming both of them are still alive, but they're both going to be on the run. And so they're going to be running from the Boltons, and we'll have to see what happens with that. Bolton's girlfriend's dead. Sansa killed her, or Theon killed her. One of them killed her. John was stabbed. It looked like he was dead. They zoomed out like he was dead. So I'm assuming John is now dead. However, I did get to thinking in between, it is possible that some of the men that were loyal to him didn't let him die. Although I don't know how they'd get away with that with a rebellion, a coup. So I don't think John's still alive, but I am leaving a slight possibility that he is. Cersei has re entered the kingdom naked and short hair, and the mountain carried her off. Hi, buddy, or Smokey. You're getting to be as big as your sister. Yeah. So the mountain carried her off. He's alive. He has risen. I don't know if he's risen from the dead or just from near death. I think it was just near death. And I imagine she's going to have retaliation on the religion that she put in place. I think she now has some regrets about that. Tommen, last we knew, he was locked in his room, and we haven't really heard anything more about Loras or Marjorie, other than they both being locked up. That's the last we've heard of them, I believe. So I don't know if Cersei will decide that Marjorie's not all that bad to begin with, or if she'll still have it out for her. I don't know where Peter is in all of this because he was last we saw him, he was at King's Landing talking to Marjorie's grandmother, I believe. I don't think we saw him leave, but I'm not positive on that. And we didn't get any of Bran and his crew or Osha and I wanted to say Ricardo, but that's not right. Rick Ricaro? Ricard? Rick Ricker? His little brother. Osha and the little brother we haven't heard seen at all last season. Bran and his crew we haven't seen at all last season. The last time we saw them was when they went into that cave. Oh, and the Ice King. So we met the Ice King. I'm pretty sure that's who that was. That raised everybody from the dead. And John was telling everybody about it, but the guy who did the coup didn't seem to want to listen. So we're going to have to see how that goes down. Have we? Oh, Stannis is dead, but the witchy woman isn't. Is it Melisandre? I think is her name. She went back to the Knight's Command. She went back to the Wall. So I don't know what she's going to be up to. I don't like her. I don't really care what happens to her. Just like I don't care what happens to Theon, except for the fact that he's with Sansa. So that's the only reason why I have a little bit of concern there. But it's not for him, it's for her. I think that's it. I think that's everybody. I'm probably forgetting. Oh, Brienne. Forgot her and pa Podrick. I keep wanting to call him Paget, and I'm like, it's not Paget. Podrick. They were watching over Sansa, so they saw the attacks going on. I don't know if she's going to run into Sansa and Theon, or just end up following them or what. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But Brienne's kind of lingering. She didn't have much to do this past season. And now I think we're caught up. I'm probably missing somebody. That's all right. We'll find out who. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, and wonderful. The first episode is called The Red Woman. Oh, I can't get away from her, can I? Well, I guess we're going to find out what's happening to her. Who is she going to stalk now? She couldn't get into John's pants. I wonder if she can get into the one who took over, into his pants. Here's some ghostly howls. Was that the wall? Oh, is that John's wolf ghost? Did they bring John back just for the death scene? Is he going to turn into a walker? Or what do they call him in the show? A white? Aw, ghost. Well, maybe he is going to get saved. His eyes were open, though. I mean, they were open like he was dead. Yeah. Was he just seeing all the blood? I'm yelling. It's loud. There we go. The cold might have stopped the blood flow. Kept him alive. Or maybe not. Is she going to bring John back to life? I don't want John to be indebted to her. Not if it means bringing him back.
Loyalty is the foundation on which the Night's Watch is built. And the Watch means everything to me.
But yet he killed John, so isn't that being disloyal?
To the Night's Watch.
Talking out both sides of your mouth there.
We don't need to die. Not if we have help.
Who is going to help us?
You're not the only ones who owe your lives to Jon Snow.
The wildlings.
She was 11 the first time I saw her.
The Boltons?
She's good meat. Feed her to the hounds.
Your command of the cavalry was impressive.
Well, at least he's not letting her go to waste. Not that I like the concept, but, you know.
Without Sansa, you won't be able to produce an heir. And without an heir? Well...
Oh, hopefully she's not already pregnant. Climb a tree and hide up high. Or find water so you can lose your scent. Although snow is kind of water, but...
This way is better.
Trust him on that. I would have taken the cape off. So they didn't run into Brienne, at least not yet. I was going to say they got tracks leading right up to them.
Stay here. I'll know them away.
Come on, Brienne. We need you. Is it Brienne? Tell me it's Brienne. Yes!
Bloody woman.
Oh, come on. Get your breath back. Or Podrick? Oh, he's got his own battle going on, I see. Theon's going to say Podrick. Yep.
And I pledge to ask no service of you that might bring you dishonor.
That was the same thing her
Swear
mom said
the
to her,
old
right?
gods and
Oh, that's right. On the ship, they ended up killing Marcella and somebody else. Wasn't it two people that died on the ship? Not her fiance, not Jamie. Was it Braun that died? It was Jamie, Braun, Marcella, excuse me, Marcella and her fiance. What was it? Started with a T. Something Stan. Terrastan? Similar to Tristan, but not Tristan. But I thought it was just the four of them. But I don't think they killed. They killed Marcella because she had the poison on her lips. Maybe it was just Marcella that died. Another one of your children are dead.
from her first breath, she was so sweet.
The question is, did Jamie
I don't know
tell
where
the
she.
prince what his sister-in-law did?
He
Well,
lived.
Marjorie's holding up better than
Truly
Cersei did.
sailed around in Dorne, trying my best to keep my people alive and well fed.
Well, and she's
But
still
that is
alive.
life.
How long is that going to last?
We each
It's
have our
either going to
roles.
be she dies or he dies.
Oberyn.
All right, he's dying.
Trystane.
Your son is
Trystane.
weak, just like
I knew it was similar to Tristan.
And
So she's going to be a self-proclaimed queen. I was going to say, don't trust. Why would the other one just sit back?
You know that?
You've spent a lot of time studying the way rich people walk.
You walk as though the paving stones were your personal property.
We can't fight an enemy we don't know.
Who's watching them?
The sons of the Harpy planned their attack in the fighting pits very carefully.
Something's got them excited. Is it one of the dragons? Somebody burned all the ships and the buildings for the ships?
Keep coming back. Why?
You know why?
Isn't it frustrating? Sometimes I look at you and I think, so that's what I'll be like when I grow old.
If you grow old.
It's getting worse. I forget what the little girl said. Stannis' daughter said, or maybe it was Stannis. They said somehow hers stopped spreading, but I forget what happened for that to stop. That's where they surrounded her, right? And he just happened to be standing in the spot where she dropped something, right? Her ring. I remember that. Well, treating her like a prisoner. Well, hope they get eaten first by the dragon. When the tables turn, because I'm pretty sure they're going to turn, I bet you she's going to make them pay first. He doesn't seem impressed by their talk. I can't tell if he's impressed or not. No. Okay. Headbutt him. Well, she said something that spooked him. She looks like she's been blinded. I'm guessing she's got some kind of eye coverings.
thank you. So sad.
Ah,
I can't see. That's your problem, not mine.
is this part of the ruse, or is she training her? And we're going to end at the wall.
And you, Sir Davos, I will allow you to travel south. A free man with a fresh horse.
Not going to take the deal.
In my learned opinion, we open that door.
And they'll slaughter us all.
They want to come in.
Yep.
They're gonna come in.
Aye. But we don't need to make it easy for them.
Ed is our only chance.
It's a sad fucking statement if Dolores said it's our only chance.
She's not very confident in herself right now, is she? Is she pregnant? We're going to see her naked again, aren't we? Is this her real age? Her true form? Is she going to walk into the fire? Hobble into the fire? Okay, that was weird. Are they finally making the woman in red interesting? I'll have to look up what exactly was said between Daenerys and the new Khal. I don't know if he's considered. I'm assuming he's a Khal because all the others are treating him like Khal Drago, even though he's not who that is. But so I'm assuming he's the new Khal. But I'll have to see what exactly was said between the two of them. He did unbind her, and he didn't take her seriously when she said that initial stuff, but he did change his tune about something that she said. So I'll have to check it out and see what exactly was said. It's a big horde, so Joran and Dario are going to have their hands full once they come across them. I think the only way she's getting out of there alive is with the dragon. I don't see any other way she's getting out alive. So Brienne and Sansa are finally teamed up, and hopefully they start building the North and the Northern armies to back Sansa. Of course, the Boltons are going to find their dead men, so they're going to know somebody is fighting for Sansa. For Sansa at the very least. I don't think they'll think anybody's fighting for Theon. I'm surprised that she looked to Theon on whether to accept Brienne's offer to guard her and be counsel and all that kind of stuff. And with as much as she's observed, and this might be why she looked at Theon, with as much as she has observed through her parents, through being at the King's Landing, the palace, you would think that she would know some of this stuff, like the saying when you accept someone's service. You know, Podrick had to tell her what to say to finish it, to finish the acceptance. She had to look to Theon on whether she should trust Brienne. And not that she can't trust Brienne, but everybody she's turned to for advice has given her terrible advice. I mean, Peter gave her to the Boltons. Why should she trust him? And she knew not to trust him to begin with because he is the one that killed not Elsa, not Elise. It's something like that. Crazy sister. He killed her. So she's a few marbles short, isn't she? A few cards short of a deck. There are times when she can be smart, but there's times that just baffle me at how stupid she can be. So, I don't know. Sorry, not sorry, and Tyrion are gaining some valuable knowledge listening to the people around, but there was somebody listening to them. I want to know who that somebody was. They kept him hidden. It was male, I'm pretty sure. So, Jaime and Cersei are them against the world again, as always. They're going to have their hands full now that what's her name has proclaimed herself. I'm assuming she's proclaimed herself queen since she killed the king or the prince. I don't know what they called him. The Dorn guy. She killed him. She killed his son. I'm assuming she's taken the crown for herself. And Ari's interaction. I didn't understand Ari's interaction. I didn't understand if it was part of the ruse to make it believable that she's a blind girl, or if that girl has taken over training her, because she did seem kind of like she was second in command. Or maybe she doesn't work for the House of Black and White anymore because of what's his name killing himself. But he did it for Ari, so I don't think that scenario is true. I don't know. And there for a minute, I thought they were going to resurrect John, but I thought I don't want him indebted to her. I don't like her. I don't trust her. And Davos doesn't like her and doesn't trust her, but he does have a battle in which he needs to be strategic, and he is right that he needs her on their side. So I understand Davos's position. They haven't burned John yet. He's still laying there. So is he going to turn into a White Walker? I don't know. We'll have to see how that plays out. I would hate for them to bring the actor back just for the actor to play dead. Although they did blue the skin. So it's possible that was just a dummy and it wasn't the real actor. You have to weigh whether it's cheaper to make the dummy or keep the actor and just pay the actor. But I would think if she were going to bring him back from the dead, she would have already done it. And I guess it's still possible, just depending, because why would they have shown us the men without banners when he fought and was killed and then brought back to life? Why would they show us that the God of Light can do that and not use it in this moment? Bring the actor back for a episode one episode, just to keep him dead. So I don't know. We'll have to see. What she did there at the end was kind of weird, and that looked like that was probably her true form. Maybe she's got to sacrifice herself to bring John back, maybe? That would be nice. If she sacrificed herself and she wasn't around anymore, I could get on board with that. So, all right. I'll leave it at that. Thank you all for joining me on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.